Praise God, saints. I want to be sharing with you a dream I had, and I hope God blesses you. 2 days back, I've been sitting and praying God, and I asked God to speak to me. And since I had 2 dreams, but I'll begin with the first dream. It's about faith. I had a dream that we were gathered in a big building, and this big building consisted of so many different people. The young, the old, the youth. And in this building, I noticed that there was a young man who was putting and setting up new rules, principles, and those we had to follow. Everybody had to be submissive under the new rules which were set up into place. And I realized that this young man was serving a foreign god. And this foreign god was not God Jehovah, but he was serving some kind of a foreign god. And he was commanding each and everybody to bow down to his foreign god. Now this young man walks out, and he brings a big fishing net. He places the big fishing net in the middle of the classroom with an intention of trapping people who are coming inside this room. And I'm left in the room just watching at this young man. So people start coming and entering the room. Good enough, they realized that there was a big fishing net which was trapped in the middle of the building. So he keeps on, and this young man keeps on making new introductions, putting up new principles and rules to govern everybody who was inside this room. And I realized if anybody tried to disobey, your life could just be cut off immediately. So now, because of this, people were filled with fear. Many of the people were inside this room were filled with fear, and nobody could stand up to resist. No one was willing to stand up to resist, not even me. We were all filled with fear. And I realized that the people who are inside this room, they were Christians. These were believers. But this young man who was trying to dominate caused a lot of fear amongst the people who were inside this room. And then so, shortly after, his foreign guard walked in. And his foreign guard looked to be a very giant, big, masculine man. He walks inside, and we all had to stand up. We bowed our heads down, and we pay honor to this man who walked in. So we all stand up, in myself inclusive, and we pay honor to this man. But our hearts never wanted to do this, but the fear that was inside of us caused us to stand up, and we honored this man who walked in the building. So this giant man starts walking inside the people. He starts checking the people, and then he comes near me, and he asked me, "What's your name?" When he asked me what's my name, I became so angry in my dream, and I replied this man with this honor and with this respect. And that was just almost like verbal just. I didn't give him respect at all, and I was like, "We are tired of this nonsense. We are not gonna serve you." And I kept on speaking words and words and words, and I told this giant man, "We serve a God of Elijah. We serve a God of Isaac and Jacob. We are not going to serve you." And I'm speaking and I'm speaking and I'm speaking. This giant man gets so hungry, he pulls me out, puts me in front, and commands people to shoot me. Now all the congregation stands and starts to look at me. He commands, shoot him immediately. So they get big guns and they start firing bullets onto me. But since look what happened, the bullets couldn't come near me. They kept on firing bullets and they fired bullets and they fired bullets, but the bullets couldn't come near me. It was like I had a supernatural protection and the bullets could just bounce back to them. They kept on firing bullets, but the bullets could just bounce back, and they bounced back and they bounced back. And they were so terrified with this. And then I woke up out of the dream. When I woke up out of the dream, the first thing that came into my mind was a faith like that of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Is a faith that works wonders. A faith which is of Abednego and Daniel is a faith that works wonders. So when I woke up out of the dream, I asked God, Father God, I want you to give me the meaning of this dream. And God told me, if my people can have a faith in these final days, and they don't get intimidated by the attacks, by the challenges, by the circumstances, they are gonna overcome. These are times we're supposed to stand out and we confess that we truly serve a living God. When all churches are being closed, we are supposed to come outside and we say, no matter what is happening, we serve a God who makes miracles. We serve the only true living God. This is what God is calling us to. These are times we embrace our faith. These are times to develop our faith in God. I feel like my dream means that if you are really willing to stand out, God is going to prove himself that he's mighty, he's able, and that we really serve a living God. Saints, look, there is a faith that pushes God to work upon your behalf. There is a faith that activates God to intervene into our situations. That's called a divine faith. When you're no longer afraid of anybody, when you're no longer afraid of the giants you face, but when you stand out and you confess and you believe that you really serve a mighty God, God is going to come on our rescue. He's going to be on our side. God is looking for people whose faith, whose trust is truly strong in them. You see, when the bullets couldn't come near me, it's because I stood out in midst of this giant man and I began confessing the real true God. It takes faith in God. You see, since the devil will keep on throwing spear, he's going to keep on throwing spear, he's going to keep on bringing every kind of stuff. He's going to cause you to fear, he's going to cause intimidation. But the moment you stand out and you start confessing and you begin shouting that name, which is above all other names, you're going to come out as an overcomer. You're going to come out as an overcomer. You're going to come out as an overcomer. And I believe these are times we ask God to give us that strong faith. Since I want to leave you with something very small, I want to tell you one thing. Since our faith in God can be intimidated, can be misunderstood by these small other gods. Our trust in God. Let me speak to The Bible and the Quran, they are all called holy books. But the difference is not in the pages, is not in the number of the books which are in the Bible Quran, but the difference is the transformation you get when you read the Bible. That's the difference. The transformation you get when you read the Bible. That total change, that total transformation of your life. Since it takes faith. By faith, we received unto salvation. I pray God blesses you. Thank you for watching. And before I sign out, God gave me on this same night, I went back and accepted, and God gave me a dream about rapture. But I can't share it now because I'm almost running out of space on my phone. But I'm gonna upload it tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for commenting. God bless you.